Hey guys, and welcome back to another Generation Shift video. I'm Matt, and today we're going to be doing something a bit different than our usual hobby blogs. Today it's a little bit of a tutorial. If any of you don't know, I produce and sell resin bases, and here are two of the packs that I sell. However, I've had a lot of requests to do a tutorial of how to base a miniature on a resin base. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, guys. I'm going to be showing you the process and the ins and outs of basing miniatures with resin bases other than the standard black bases that we're usually familiar with and the sand. So first you're going to need a nice cup of tea or coffee or beverage of your choice, and we're going to get down to it. Okay guys, so in front of you what you're going to need, obviously the bases. You're also going to need some hot or warm soapy water, not too hot because we'll explain in a bit. You're going to need a little pin vise drill, a piece of brass rod or paper clip, super glue, a bit of sandpaper, quite fine sandpaper, and that about wraps it up. And obviously your miniature as well, which I've got over to the side. Yeah, I'm going to be showing you two different options, but first let's have a look at the bases. Now, in these packs, these come with 10 25mm bases, and this is how they come out. So here you go guys, it's a single base there. Here is another one. There you go. So guys, these, when I produce these bases, I use a mold releasing agent, and sometimes it can leave a bit of shine. You can see a little bit on there. Let's turn the model. Yeah, a little bit of sheen, and sometimes that can not help in the process of painting the bases. First though, this is an optional step, but as they are gravity casted, so they're poured in from the top, this is actually not detailed at all, but that's the bottom of the base. But it can have rough edges, and I think there's one here which has, yeah, sometimes they have these bits of flash on. Like so. There you go. Now this is actually quite loose, and it actually just fell off, which is good. However, you can get the one step further and get the fine piece of sandpaper and rub it down. Now, when you're doing this, guys, make sure you're in a ventilated area or outside, or because you don't want this dust going everywhere. Now, I'm only doing a little demonstration here, so I'm not going to carry on. But once you've done that, guys, it starts to level out just a few of the bits of the edges and it makes it easier. Majority of the bases can be used just straight out of the pack, which is great, and it gets them straight on the table, but sometimes they have little bits on the edge that just need removing, and it just needs the once over, and that should do. Right, okay guys, the next step after this is to just move that aside, to place these bases in a bath. Now I'm going to do this later, but this water should be soapy and obviously warm as well. So if you don't want it too hot, because resin is actually pliable if it's poured on, like if it's exposed to really high temperatures, which is great for modelling and converting, but when you're working with items that you don't want to change, well, then it distorts the detail, and we don't want to do that. But we want to wash off that mold release. So just keep them in there for a bit. And what you need to do is get your toothbrush, a spare toothbrush that you don't usually use, or you don't use at all, and you need to just lightly scrub over that surface, like so. And you can do these in big batches, guys, and it takes not much time at all. Because then once you've done this, you'll washed all that agent off, and then you can leave them to dry. I usually dab mine down with a towel or a paper towel, and then once they're dry, you're ready to go on to the next stage. Now the same applies to these ones as well, although they're big scale, so you're going to need a bigger piece of, well, this will do for these, but larger bases need a bigger bit of sanding. But yeah, so I'll catch you in a second, guys, for the next step, which is actually mounting them to your miniatures. And then we're going to run through ones with base rails or ones without, and also different cavalry models. So yeah, catch you in a second. And we're back, guys. So in front of you we have the finished bases ready for the miniatures to be applied to them. Now I've got a few different style miniatures here of mounting to the bases, so I'm going to run through with you what the different options are. And we've also got two different size pin vise drills, our brass rod, our glue, and we're going to need some clippers as well. So let's start off with the easiest one, and that is a standard miniature with no base rail and basically just glues straight onto the base. However, I like to provide some support to a miniature. You don't have to do this, guys, but I find this is best. So you're going to want to match the drill size to the brass rod. Now you can get these in specific dimensions, but yep, what you're going to do, guys, is first you're going to want to pick out a base, and now let's see which works. So that one maybe, this one here coming down it, perhaps. No, let's go for something like this, guys, I think. So with the rock to the side of him, like that. Something like that. Or like that. Let's do it that way. Okay. So what we have here is we're going to want to look at the feet. Right, and you see how that one has, he's on his tiptoes, whereas this one is quite a straight leg, so you want to be drilling up through that one. Now just make sure you get in the middle, and take your time with this. And if you've got a sharp drill bit, it should be quite easy. So you don't need to drill very far with this as well, guys, and you don't want to risk coming out the ankle or the foot breaking off. So there we go, that should be enough. Test it with the brass rod. That should be enough. So guys, next to that hole, or just above it, you want to put a little double glue in there, and then what we're going to do is place the rod inside, hold it for a few seconds, and you should be ready to snip it off. Now I'd say about that much. And that leaves you with this. So he is primed now, ready to go onto the base. Now just remember where your position was, and then also get your hobby drill. Sometimes it might be good to place a little point on there, or rub him in a bit. Then you're going to drill into that area. Now you can drill both legs, but I don't think there's any need to, and it also allows you a nice little bit opportunity to pose. So we have that, and he's in the base, but we have the option to spin him around and find the perfect position. So the next step is to just place a dab of glue on the miniature onto both feet and place him on the base like so, and then just wait until it cures. And there you go, guys, there's the first miniature based. Bro. So that's that one, guys. If the model has a base rail, now that's a different story, because we need to get rid of that, because as you can see it won't work. So I want to do this one so he's stepping down and got 1 foot on there. We still need to, so we need to get rid of the base rail, so snip it like so, and then what you're going to need to get, guys, is like a file, and file down those feet. So a file or a hobby knife will do the job. So here we go. Just take off the top. There you have your Minister man ready. Well, he's still got mould lines on, but this is just an example. But like I said, I wanted him stepping down like that. So as this foot and the top is angled, we want to be drilling into this one. Okay, and it's ready again for a bit of glue. And then a snip. Okay, so I want to be drilling into that there. There you go. Now you don't have to go all the way through, like this one hasn't. Just place him in there, see if it's right, see if it works, and I'd say it does. So, oh, as you can see the things come out a bit, but that doesn't matter. There we go, guys, your Man of Minister on scenic base. So as you can see underneath on that one there's a hole there, and that one there isn't. You don't have to go all the way through. And guys, you can do this before or after you've painted the miniature. I like to do it before because I don't want to risk damaging the paint job. But let's also have a look at this. So on some cavalry models there are some larger pins, and obviously that won't deal with the same pin, and we need to utilize that really. So you're going to need a larger drill bit, either that or you're drilling into metal or up through the foot. I don't really want to be doing that, so here we have the base. So let's have a think about where we want this. I think I might have it on the edge and leaning forward slightly because we can bend it. So I still like to drill a pilot hole first with this so we get there in the right direction. Okay, here we go. And then get your larger drill bits and go through the same hole. Now the resin is quite easy to drill, especially if you've got a sharp drill bit, and then you're making a hole like that. It's a very similar hole to you get on a standard plain base, and then now we can slot that in like so. And you can see straight away he holds himself just like that. And so if you want to, you can have him like that, you can have him turned round. But I kind of like it like that. So you do the same with the glue. Just coat this in a bit of super glue. Place him in there. Hold for a few seconds. And now you can actually bend it into the right position, or yeah. So there guys, it's not hard at all, it's dead simple, but just make sure you've got all the tools to do it, and they can be dead easy to do. I mean, obviously if you've got a whole army it'll take a bit of time, but I assure you guys the pinning is worth doing, because you don't want to drop a miniature and to snap off and then you've just got glue holding him on. So guys, I hope this has been really informative and very helpful to you, and especially those people who've asked for it. I hope this has gone down well. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Please check out my bases over at my Facebook page, so see the link below. And as always guys, take care and happy hobbying.